Hello everyone. Today I'd like to talk to you about Ricochet in a particular passage at the end of the Cadenza of the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto. This was requested by one of the listeners, so I hope this will be helpful to you. So let's start in measure, 300. Okay, the numbers in my edition, which is the international edition, the numbers end at 299 when the cadenza begins, and then where the orchestra comes in, it's measure 300. So we're going to start 2 measures before the orchestra comes in, actually 4 measures before the orchestra comes in, when we have the, it says poco a poco in tempo esaltando. So this will be an E minor chord. Okay, so just to explain the passage, I hope you can check the music underneath this video. I will attach it. And the main thing here is it's really, the technique is ricochet. I would call it ricochet, even though it comes out of a slurred passage, because before that we have so then it gets faster and faster, and then we can start bouncing the bow. So it's not the traditional ricochet that you throw the bow on the string and it just bounces. Like, for example, the Paganini Caprice No. 1, you just start from the beginning by throwing the bow on the string and letting it bounce. In here, it starts from the legato passage, so it's a little bit different. So we have to make sure that we have some things working for us here. So make sure that your wrist is flexible. Make sure your fingers are not gripping the bow too hard so that the bow can bounce if need be. So you can experiment by simply, you can start with the ricochet by throwing the bow on the string. So make sure you can do that. And you can listen for the top 2 notes and then the bottom 2 notes. The bottom as well. So make sure that it's not too fast. That is important. However, you're going to have the orchestra playing the theme, so the tempo will be established pretty much by the orchestra coming in with the theme. So you will need to go pretty quickly with the arpeggio. So I would practice it, first of all, making sure that the left hand is solid. So we have E minor chord, B minor, and then B major. So I would recommend going through all the chords, making sure you understand what's going on harmonically, and that your left hand knows where it's going next. So you could practice measure at a time, 2 measures at a time, 4 measures at a time, to build your technique around these chords. So the left hand is crucial. If the left hand is insecure, then the bow is going to be also insecure, and we won't be able to just relax and let it roll. So that's really what it is. The left hand leads the way, and when the left hand is comfortable, the right hand can basically roll across with just a little bit of the impulse from the wrist. So what I would recommend is start on this, let's practice just the stroke, just the right hand stroke. So start legato. Then you can accent the bottom. You can accent it so that the bow can bounce. And you can do the same thing on the top. So that's kind of a crude way to show the bouncing, but you do need a little bit of an impulse from, make sure your wrist is flexible. So starting legato. So it may be a little uneven for a while, like mine right now, but you can figure out where it works best on your bow and just practice on open strings. So one thing is to practice the left hand, getting that really solid, and you can start with just having like 2 or 4 or 6 bars at a time. And then the right hand is a separate issue. Make sure your wrist is flexible so that you can do like a little impulse from the string. Okay? And you're gonna have to do that each time you go. And as you get more and more comfortable, you won't be needing to do quite as much of an accent, because this section is actually marked pianissimo. So it takes time, it really takes time, but I can't overemphasize that the left hand has to be extremely solid before you can expect the right hand to bounce well. So I would practice those two things separately, and I believe you will see a big progress. So let me just play this for you to show you kind of what I do. I also, at the end of the that passage, like in measure 300, I think mostly in 314, I'm pretty much on the string by that time because it's already fortissimo, maybe even a little bit before. So let's see what happens. So this is measure 300 minus 2 measures from the cadenza. So as you can see, I got on the string probably around measure 311, but it's going to be a little different with everybody, depending how big the orchestra, how big you want to get. But between measure 300 and 310, you pretty much want to have the bow bounce just a little bit. And let me know if you have any questions. So this has hopefully been helpful, and please like, share, and subscribe, and share this video with somebody who may also want to learn about this passage. Thank you very much. See you next time.